Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Watch Ponies. We're finally up to the third and final of my non-blind commentary reshoots. Viva Las Pegasus, which unfortunately I don't get the ooh reaction for bringing back. Well, I'm not going to say it just in case someone is watching this and hasn't watched it before. I guess I'm not going to spoil them. I'll just wait, let it come up naturally, and be disappointed in my failed initial reaction as it comes up. Let's just hit play. 3, 2, 1, go.
The map is sending us where?
Las Vegas.
Oh, I had forgotten that even Fluttershy even got sent there.
It's just one big party.
All those lights and sounds, not to mention.
Well, maybe Fluttershy will get to be on stage and sing in front of thousands of ponies.
But I have total faith you wouldn't have been called unless you were the perfect ponies for the job.
Probably not as bad as we think. It can't just be a loud, obnoxious party all the time, right?
Sure it can.
Applejack? It isn't as bad as we thought.
It's worse.
You're right. It's worse.
One of these days I probably should try and go to Vegas. Except for the fact that I also hate large obnoxious parties. And the one thing I like about Vegas or Nevada doesn't apply to Las Vegas itself.
If Twilight trusts the map, then so do I. All we have to do is solve
I'll leave it to you to figure out what that is.
Of course, we have to find it first.
And make sure to experience our signature show, Pony Fantastique. Trust me when I say you've never seen anything like it. Unparalleled acrobatics, unique animal antics. Your only regret will be that you didn't see it sooner. And like everything at this amazing, incredible, I can't believe it even exists hotel, Pony Fantastique is brought to you by the chair pony of kindness, Landmane himself.
Yeah. This guy, the stereotypical slimy promoter.
But the crowd seemed to like it.
Mr. Gladmane?
Just glad
with a little bit of Elvis thrown in.
It's a pleasure to meet actual cohorts of the Princess of Friendship. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
You know.
Thank you very much. Exactly.
I'm my tall of friendship connoisseur, so naturally I'm familiar with the friends of the great Twilight Sparkle. Applejack, Fluttershy, it's an honor to have you here.
I will say one thing about this guy that is better is so many seem to have no idea who these two are, or Twilight or her friends are, after saving Equestria so many times, but someone actually finally notices them when they're out and about.
Excuse me one second. Wise ponies may say the folks that come here are customers, but I can't help but thinking of each and every one of you as friends.
That's why there's a 3-for-1 special on apple fritters in the cafe for the next hour. Enjoy!
I'm kind of curious if those are legit arcades, or if there's some sort of gambling situation thrown in on the skee ball, because if there is, that would be amazing. I love skee ball. I love a little light monies gambling once from time to time. So if you could put those two together in some sort of epic amazingness, it would be like epic amazingness.
Just in time to see my newest move.
New moves or not, I'm glad to have a star like you working for me. I'll tell you what.
Oh, don't make me blush. Now watch this.
Stellar. Oh, Mr. Gladmane himself is here. Let's run through the whole routine. Now, don't make a fuss for old me. I'm just going to keep on giving a tour to my new friends, Applejack and Fluttershy.
Howdy.
Hi.
If this pony calls you friend, you're welcome backstage anytime. I owe him my entire career.
Oh, shucks. Well, let's leave the artists to their work.
And I'm apparently getting a little
Doesn't look like
tired.
there's any friendship problems here.
I'd never seen a pink prairie dog before.
Oh, this is a Wonderland for little Shutterfly.
And we love him for it.
Oh God.
With Gladmane's help, we've been able to take care of all these little guys.
Now this place is overwhelming in a good way.
Oh, glad you like it.
Fluttershy?
Oh, coming.
Sorry, Fluttershy was busy stealing those ponies' act.
Around here at all.
I figured looking for a friendship problem in Las Pegasus would be like trying to find a needle in a stack of needles. But every pony seems to be getting along just fine.
Ladies and gentle ponies.
There we go.
My competition might say, I know you've come to this fair city to be entertained, and I assure you there is nothing more entertaining than the astounding acrobatics in Gladmane's.
See, now this is the surprise that I wasn't gonna get to be surprised about because of because I've watched it before.
That Pony Fantastique includes.
Those voices sound familiar.
Yeah.
Sure do. Flim and Flam.
Why, I won't even dignify
I
this assertion
guess
with
Applejack is the perfect person to pony to help these two, right? Because you know she's not reluctant and all to give them assistance.
Always thought you get what you pay for, and in my humble opinion, these tickets are a value at twice the price. Don't let this price-gouging charlatan take you for a ride. Charlatan?
Oh God.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Dare I?
I'll out charlatan you every day of the week.
Don't seem to be getting along. You don't suppose we've been brought here to help them?
Absolutely not.
Applejack's greatest nightmare.
I know you and the rest
Help
of the
bring the Flim Flam brothers back together again.
But they're definitely having trouble.
And my voice cracked as bad as Sweetie Belle's, so I guess I can take the crown from her now. Ha ha
Of
ha.
course that's true. For any pony but them.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't know why, but those two have been fighting ever since they got here. I thought giving them these jobs might help, but I guess it just made matters worse.
Trust me, I know those ponies, and you're better off with them apart. Two of them together will cheat the hooves right out from under you.
What makes you say that?
You're right. Flim's such a show pony, and Flam has such a head for business. Why, if they ever did work together, they'd be running this place in 2 shakes. Speaking of which, I better get back to work. Y'all enjoy your stay now, you hear?
I'm pretty sure we should help Flim and Flam.
And I'm pretty sure there's another friendship problem here, and I'm gonna search this resort top to bottom till I find it.
I hope you didn't travel all the way from Ponyville to try to get me to reconcile with my no-account brother.
Of course not.
Brother? I don't believe I have one of those. No, I already know what he thinks of me. All show and no substance. Well, if he's so smart, he should have no trouble becoming a big success on his own. Why, he's the greatest sales pony that ever lived, of course.
Dear God.
Just ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
It's nice to see that they're actually giving Flim and Flam individual personality traits now, rather than being one analogous, meaningless joinder. Though I'm still not going to be able to remember which one is which for a while, probably, if ever.
You are ruining my show!
It isn't just your show, and I'm improving it.
You don't pull a rabbit out of a hat on a trapeze!
That's the point, to give the audience something they've never seen before. Acrobatic magic.
Well, actually, you're kind of gimmicking a gimmick there. You're doing multiple,
It's called
And if it's a talking rabbit, that's actually a something step up, isn't it?
Awesome.
You don't want to empty out your gimmicks, you know. Use them all up too much.
Really, if they ever stopped shouting at each other, we could take the show on tour. They'd be way more successful than staying at Gladmane's.
Funny how that works.
Now that sounds like a real friendship problem.
Anything other than the one that...
Stop! What are you doing? It's supposed to be a pink prairie dog pyramid. It's alliterative.
You said a tower. Why do you keep changing everything?
I'm not changing anything. You said pyramid.
Well, a pyramid is just a form of a tower, so you get both when you do either.
I thought you two got along.
We used to, but we just can't seem to agree on anything anymore. We used to perform all over Equestria, but if we can't agree on a new act, we might as well
I mean, I
stay
think
at
a pyramid is just a form of a tower with a, you know, apexed top.
Two friendship problems in the same theater? Now we're talking.
If you count Flim and Flam, that's 3 big friendship
She doesn't
problems
count Flim
all in
and
the
Flam.
same place.
Well, I don't count Flim and Flam.
There you
so
go.
those two not being friends isn't a problem.
It certainly isn't for Gladmane. Sounds like he's better off with them fighting.
Actually, the other pony's problems seem to be good for Gladmane, too. Both the Trapeze Show and the Animal Act would be better off if they left, but every pony's so busy arguing that they can't.
Do you think he knows?
I don't know, but I'm starting to think we should find out.
Of course Gladmane wants every pony to get along. He's the nicest, most genuine pony I've ever met. Did the director put you up to
God.
this?
I tell you, if Gladmane is your friend,
And
you
Fluttershy
are
can talk to all the associated animals and find
You
out
are
the
speaking of him, Pony. You leave.
other under
Gladmane
the.
is the kindest, most gentle.
Most compassionate pony I've ever known.
My problem
Is with him.
Which is kind of like what happened in
I just can't figure. The only pony who
What
benefits
you call
from
it?
all this feuding is Gladmane. But by all accounts, he's the best friend any of these ponies
the episode in season 5 with the
Nard, that adorable bunny from the Acrobats hat, claims that every
the
morning
McColts.
Gladmane tells the director that the star
I can't
has
remember the
control
name of the
show,
episode, but
and every afternoon tells the star
when
that the
Twilight was
director
trying to
wants
figure
get
out what
rid
was
of
going
him.
on, and
But
Fluttershy
neither
talked
is
to the animals and
true.
learned the history of the feuding and the
Flying
fussing.
Prairinos, the pink prairie dog family, say Gladmane keeps changing their act to make each trainer think the other is doing it.
So all his talk about friendship is just a load of applesauce. He's getting them all to fight with each other on purpose.
Are you really, when you, considering your family business, do you want to equate applesauce to feces?
There
I'm
must be
just
a way
saying.
to trick them into telling the truth.
Gee, if
I might cut into your
only
family's
we knew
bottom
how to
line
trick
if
a
that were to
trickster.
actually get a hold.
Or maybe a pair of ponies?
Fine. Guess bringing Flim and Flam back together might be why we're here. Maybe.
No. But I'll do it
Sorry if I
just
don't
to
take the
prove you
words
wrong,
of Pony off the
Fluttershy.
street, even if that street is in Ponyville.
But Gladmane is behind so many other friendship problems. How can you be sure he isn't the cause of yours?
Because the only problem I have is standing right there.
Same here, Buster.
Well, I would say Applejack has been one of your problems too, but
Gladmane let me know that ex-brother of mine thinks I'm just a mouthpiece without a single good idea.
Gladmane assured me this former fraternal foal here thinks I couldn't sell heat lamps to yaks.
Sounds to me like neither of you said those things. Why'd you believe Gladmane when he said you did?
Why would he lie?
Because he's afraid that the two of you together could move in and take over his resort.
And if I'm telling you he said it, you know it's the absolute truth because
You never lie.
well, you can. Yeah, well, she did before. I mean, you kind of pressured her into it. You should remember that.
My flair isn't what it used to be.
Listen here, y'all. If you're a friend of mine, you're entitled to a free night stay. And every pony here is a friend of mine. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Are you thinking what I am?
The high roller hustle.
the what now?
Trust us. When we're done, there won't be a pony in town who doesn't know the Applejackiest truth about Gladmane. That is, assuming you two are willing to help.
What size gown do you wear?
Well, all she has to do is send a message to Rarity, and that she'll get their exact measurements.
Impossibly rich. She's one of the wealthiest ponies in Equestria.
Well, why didn't some pony tell me? You know how I like to give VIP guests my personal touch.
Well, she's not exactly a guest. Word is she's planning a resort of her own. I think she's here to scout the competition.
Oh, really?
And with her bits, she could take over the whole strip, hire away any pony she wants. And not me, of course. I love it here. My good-for-nothing brother on the other hand.
Putting them a little underhanded.
Impossibly rich. What an honor it is to have you at my home.
Impossibly rich. Well, I guess it's better than filthy or stinking.
But nothing could beat a personalized tour from the man himself.
You'll have to excuse Ms. Rich. She saves the energy other ponies spend talking out loud and uses it to make more money. She'd love a personal tour. Say in about an hour?
Well, that sounds right pleasant. And if you can break away for a moment, Flam, I'd love to see you in my office so I can get ready.
You should see if you can get Conus Coloratura to play on there.
This is a good idea.
Absolutely.
Gladmane is one fish that's hooked but good.
I sure hope you two know what you're doing.
Oh, don't you worry. When it comes to throwing ponies off their game,
no two ponies do it better than us.
Can't argue with that.
Well, it actually put you the Apples better on their game than ever. The first time you guys met.
So what do you want to see me about?
Actually, there's something
You were able to make more cider than you've ever imagined.
Grand plan. Every hotel on this strip is amazing as this one, and every one of them mine. And all it'll take is a little sales pony ship like this. Hey there, friends. Oh, if you think my resort is fantastic, wait till you see Pony Fantastic. Tickets are on sale now.
Oh, nope, it's just typical skee ball with tickets.
Now, I know Impossibly Rich has probably been made you a tempting offer to come work for her.
Still, it's still skee ball, so I guess it's still awesome.
As your friend,
Just not epic awesome.
But no pony's gonna stand in the way of my plans no matter how rich she is. And I sure wouldn't want you to end up on the losing side. Think you might consider staying here? Yeah. Well, all right.
And I am definitely starting to feel a little tired. My eyes are feeling it.
And last but not least, Miss Rich, the jewel in my crown.
Impossibly wants you to know she's very impressed, but doesn't think you can keep a resort of this caliber going for long.
Oh, and why is that?
Because you've got the best talent in the industry. What stops them from just leaving to join any competitor?
Well, you see, I have a trick for that, I must confess. And it all has to do with how I handle my employees.
And how is that?
Well, like friends, of course. And I treat every one of my employees with the kindness they deserve.
Yeah.
That's it? That's your secret? There's nothing else?
Well, how about that? He's,
Just friendship. But you know all about friendship, don't you? Fluttershy?
You knew the whole time?
Never
Of
tried
course.
to con a con pony.
You know, that's actually a part where you could have had the microphone on him where he refers to himself as a con pony.
Hit the road by now.
Whether we were able to fool you or not, you can't just go on keeping ponies from getting along. It's just mean.
Now, maybe it is, but it's a meanness that works. Unlike your pathetic little ploy. I practically invented the high roller hustle. But I suppose I should be impressed. You're the only ponies to ever figure out the secret to my success. It takes a lot of work keeping every pony fighting, but as long as I keep them convinced that I'm their only friend, all of Las Pegasus will be mine. Oh, you can't trick a confession out of a pony like me. I am always one step ahead.
Well, you better check your hooves, because you just stepped in a confession.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Wait.
Did that sound okay?
Never better!
Looks like some folks might not be too happy with you now.
Pony bit, and that once you did, you wouldn't be able to resist gloating about it. This was all part of the plan.
Oh, now, friends. Listen, I can explain everything.
So, I would like to point out that when Applejack... Oh, wait, Applejack wasn't involved with the actual hustle, so she wasn't technically lying. She just walked in at the end and talked with him.
Gladmane has left the building.
Another Elvis reference.
I guess the map wasn't on the fritz after all.
Oh, and the Cutie Marks are doing the vacuum thing.
Plan, you never would have been so determined to find some pony else to help, and we never would have found out what Gladmane was doing.
And if it weren't for you wanting to show even those two con ponies kindness, we never would have been able to trick the trickster. It must have felt pretty nice to finally put all your conniving and cheating skills to good use.
In fact, we like to think of it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Emphasis on the once.
Yes.
What do you mean?
It means they're gonna go back to screwing everybody out as quickly as possible.
There's a slight change in management. My brother and I want to assure you that it remains the pinnacle of Las Pegasus entertainment, which is why we invite each and every one of you to experience the wonder of the Pony Fantastique Theater at half the normal cost of admission.
And while you're appreciating this historic venue,
Basically, they're gonna do the same thing that the other guy did.
I'd like you to use the wonder of your own imaginations to fill the space at no additional charge.
Alright, I'll give that episode a solid 8. Very good episode, enjoyable. Again, wish I still had the original surprise of, hey, there's Flim and Flam again. Now they're at each other's throats. And Applejack has to do the unthinkable and bring them back together. Which is kind of the ultimate sign of integrity, is, you know, the old idea, if you don't support something for your enemies, then you don't support it. Which, you know, if you don't support your friendship for people you don't like, then, you know, you're not really for friendship. You're kind of conditional. You're kind of, it's not a principle. It's something isn't a principle until it's hard for you to fulfill. You know, that's kind of the thing there. At least that's what the way I look at it. Again, I'll give that episode an 8. The villain, Gladmane, as I said a couple times, very Elvis conman style character, kind of typical, stereotypical, not too far out of the realm. What really stands out though for me is the double reverse con job. That was kind of the moment where I was kind of like, they were doing the con job, the high roller hustle, and it was intended to be a failure, which I guess it was kind of a bad job doing it, so they wanted to make it good enough that Gladmane would be proud of overcoming and seeing through it, but bad enough that he definitely would, which I guess they probably hit the sweet spot on that one. That's all I got to say. I think I wrapped up my little thoughts, my review, why I liked it, why I didn't. The only real problem is his character was a little stereotypical in the con man vernacular and tone of voice, and just he's also kind of bulky, so it kind of had the fat con man thing going on. He was almost a more successful Porky, if anyone's ever seen the Porky's movie. Hope you enjoyed my review and commentary. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Above all else, as always, of course, though, please have a nice day.